Girls can't even go for a walk without being murdered. It's exhausting. You follow all the unspoken rules. You stay aware. Don't talk to strangers. Don't go out alone. Don't breathe too hard. But sometimes it just doesn't matter. Abby Williams and Libby German they were not being reckless. They were not out late. They were not in some dark alley. They just wanted to take a walk in the daytime. That's all. But on a quiet afternoon in Delphi, Indiana, that simple walk turned into something out of a horror movie. And the most chilling part is one of them, she sort of saw it coming. She recorded a Snapchat video capturing the killer. It was February 13th, 2007, a Monday, but in Delphi, it was also a snow makeup day, meaning the students had the day off. For 13-year-old Abby Williams and 14-year-old Libby German, this was perfect. No school, a warm winter afternoon, and the chance to explore one of their favorite places, the Monon High Bridge Trail. This wasn't some dangerous, isolated place. It was a popular hiking spot, a former railroad bridge, towering over Dare Creek, surrounded by trees and walking trails. Abby and Libby had been here before. It was familiar. It was safe. At 1:35 p.m., Libby's older sister, Kelsey German, dropped them off at the trailhead. The plan was simple. Take some pictures, hang out for a couple of hours, then have Libby's grandpa pick them up at about 3:15 p.m. By 3:15 p.m., the girls were nowhere to be found. By about 5:30, they were reported missing. By the next afternoon, their bodies had been found. The first sign that something was wrong came from Libby's phone. At 2:07 p.m., Libby had posted a Snapchat photo of Abby walking along the Monon High Bridge. That's the last known image of them alive. But Libby wasn't just taking photos. At some point after that, she had started recording a video. In that grainy, shaky footage, you can see a man, a blurry figure in a blue jacket and jeans. He was walking towards them on the bridge. And then a voice, deep, firm, emotionless. He said, "Guys, down the hill." That was all the police released. A blurry image and a few seconds of audio. But they made one thing clear. This man was the killer. For years, this case haunted Delphi. The killer was out there. And despite the video, despite the audio, despite thousands of tips, the investigation felt stuck. The police released 2 different suspect sketches over time, which sort of confused the public. No cause of death was ever officially revealed. There were rumors of a souvenir being taken from the crime scene, but authorities never confirmed it. The case went cold until October 2022. That's when police arrested Richard Allen, a man who had been hiding in plain sight the entire time. Richard Matthew Allen, he was a local pharmacy technician. He lived in Delphi. Actually, scratch that. He lived less than 2 miles from where the girls were murdered. He had been involved in the case from the beginning. He worked at CVS in Delphi and had printed photos for the girls' funerals for free. He had been interviewed in 2017, but he was overlooked. He even admitted to being on the trail that day, but he claimed that he didn't see the girls. They were not there at the same time. For 5 years, 5 whole years, he was right there just watching this case unfold, watching people look for him and pretending to help look for the killer as well. So what finally led to his arrest? A bullet. Police had recovered an unspent bullet casing from between the girls' bodies. In 2022, forensic testing linked it to a gun owned by Richard Allen. With that, along with witnesses placing him at the scene, they finally had their man, and then he started confessing. While in jail, he allegedly confessed multiple times. He told his wife and mother that he was responsible. He admitted to prison officials that he did it. Even when his defense tried to argue that he was mentally unstable, prosecutors didn't buy it. And then authorities released horrifying new details. Both girls had their throats cut. Libby was found unclothed. Abby was wearing Libby's clothes. Whatever happened in those final moments, it was brutal. In December 2024, Richard Allen was found guilty and sentenced to 130 years in prison, 65 years for each murder. The judge called the crime one of the most heinous she had ever seen. And finally, after nearly 7 years, the families got some justice, and hopefully they got some peace, some closure. Even with the conviction, some questions still remain. Police have hinted that there might have been an accomplice. Some believe that someone helped Allen cover his tracks. But as of now, Richard Allen is the only one who has been convicted and the only one sitting in jail for this murder. Abby and Libby, they deserved so much more. They were doing such a safe activity. They were not doing anything reckless. They just wanted to go for a walk. That was it. But because a monster was lurking in the woods that day, they never came back. The only silver lining, Libby, she helped to catch her own killer by just recording that video. She basically solved the case herself. Both of them will never be forgotten, but we will forget Allen.